Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. So today I'm gonna do the mid-year book freakout tag. I've been watching a lot of this lately on booktube and it sounds really fun, so I decided to do it. Now for those of you who don't know, in the book community there are tags which quite similar to the best friend tag, the boyfriend tag, you know, the normal stuff you see on YouTube, but these are very much book related. There's the nope trope tag, the booktube newbie tag, booktube oldie tag, and the do I have this book challenge, and of course the mid-year book freakout tag. So the mid-year book freakout tag is basically where you answer a few questions related to the books you've read on the first half of the year. Now I realize it's almost at the end of August, so we're way past the halfway mark, but we're just gonna roll with it because I found this out like quite recently. I didn't know about this tag. Apparently it's been going on for like years. I'll try to find who created it and put it in the description so that you can see. But yeah, let's start with the tag. I should probably mention why I wanted to do this, because I don't really want to do reading wrap-ups or TBRs, so this is a good way to let you know what I've been reading for like the past 6 months, because I don't really like to do these monthly wrap-ups. The first question is, what is the best book you've read in 2020? And for this, without a doubt, I'm going to pick Six of Crows by liveradinithi. Now I know I mentioned this in my recommendations video as well, but this book has easily become one of my favorites. Like, it's one of the best books I've read in my life. It is a young adult fantasy. A group of misfits are recruited to pull off a heist. So you've got a convict, a sharpshooter, a thief, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy, and a heartrender, which is basically what they call a witch in this world. And this book is pretty amazing. It has a diverse cast of characters who are beautifully fleshed out. The writing is amazing. There's some great plot twists and some pretty dope action. Question 2 is the best sequel you read in 2020. So for that, I'm gonna go with Cricket Kingdom by liveradinithi. This is the sequel to The Six of Crows, and this, I know some people prefer the first one to the second one, but I like them both equally, especially because in the second one you get to delve more into the characters, especially Violet and Jesper, which you didn't really see a lot in the first one. So I really like both. The book also ties the series really well, and it's heartbreaking, it's heartwarming, and I love how it ended. I really hope she doesn't continue with this series, but I do want to see these characters in maybe like another duology or something. I don't know what's happening with it. I haven't really kept up on this world, but yeah, this is definitely the best sequel I've read so far this year. So the next question is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to, and for that I'm gonna go with They Went Left with Monica Hassie. So I don't really know much about this. I know it's a historical fiction and I want to keep it that way, so I'm not gonna spoil myself. The only thing I know is it is set in 1945, right after World War II. So it follows two siblings. They're the only ones who were sent right away from the gas chambers, and the rest of their families went left. And that's all I know about the story, and that's all I really want to know, and that was enough for me to want to pick it up, because I really like historical fiction, especially the ones set in World War II. The next question is something I'm very excited about, and that is the most anticipated book release for the second half of this year, and for that I'm gonna go with To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini, who is the author of The Inheritance Cycle. I'm so excited for this book because the plot is very similar to one of my favorite video games, which is the Mass Effect. I'll read the premise because it's really good. So the premise is, during a routine survey mission on an uncolonized planet, Kira finds an alien relic. At first she's delighted, but elation turns to terror when the ancient dust around her begins to move. As war erupts among the stars, Kira is launched into a galaxy-spanning odyssey of discovery and transformation. First contact isn't at all what she imagined, and events push her to the very limits of what it means to be human. Is this not Mass Effect in a book? In addition to that, the audiobook is narrated by Jennifer Hale, who is the voice actress for the female Shepherd. I really cannot wait for this book. I'm so excited. I just can't wait to get my hands on it. So the second most anticipated release is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Now this book is 10 years in the making, and I really can't wait to read this. I love V.E. Schwab's writing. I love her world building, her complex and beautiful characters that she writes, the stories. So it's been a while since I read a V.E. Schwab book, and I really can't wait to get my hands on this. Now the story follows this girl named Addie LaRue, who makes a deal with the devil to live forever. But her immortality comes with a curse, which is she is forgotten by everybody who meets her. And now 300 years later, she walks into this bookstore and a guy there recognizes her, and that is pretty much it about the premise. And it sounds so cool, and if it's anything like V.E. Schwab's writing, I know I'm definitely gonna love it, so I can't wait for that one. So the next question is the biggest disappointment of 2020. I don't really have I wouldn't call it the biggest disappointment, because most of the books I read I really liked. So this one is not really, it's not the biggest disappointment, but I didn't really like this one, and that is My Sister, the Serial Killer by Onika Braithwaite. I really like the premise of this book, so it's pretty self-explanatory from the title. The sister is a serial killer, and she kills all of her boyfriends. But the other sister, who is our protagonist, she's the only one who knows about them. And that actually sounded pretty cool when I heard about it. Now, because this book is so small, I ended up finishing it, but I was really bored. The characters were very underdeveloped, and the story focused heavily on the murders and only on the murders. So I love crime drama, so that's why I really wanted to get into this book, and it was really disappointing when it ended, and nothing really changed, in the sense like none of the characters, there was no development at the end of it. So yeah, it wasn't for me. The next question is the biggest surprise of the year, and for that I'm not gonna pick a book, I'm gonna go with a series, and that is of course the Shadowhunters Chronicles. Now this is just like half of the books, I'm not gonna hold up everything, but I do want to tell a story about this, how I came to read this, so we're gonna do that right now. So when City of Bones first came out, it was my sister who actually bought the book. I was never into the Shadowhunter world. I was very much reading Vampire Diaries, Twilight, The House of Night, all vampires. So I was never really into anything else. My sister bought it, I think, when the movie was announced. So this book has been, The City of Bones, she bought City of Bones, and it has been sitting on our shelf for like good 6 to 7 years now. Now I did try to read it when she first bought it, but I read the first chapter, but it was so mind-numbingly boring that I just put it away. Now early this year I wanted to start a series which had like a lot of books, because I usually read duologies, I read trilogies, and I read standalone. So it's been a while. I think the last one I read is actually Harry Potter, because I read Harry Potter for the first time. I think it's 2017 or 18, and after that I didn't really read a series that was like quite big, and that's when I decided to pick up the Shadowhunters again. And I see the Shadowhunters everywhere. I hear it on BookTube, I see it on Goodreads, I see it on Instagram, and Cassandra Clare writes, she announces books every year, so like the hype is consistent. So that's why I decided to pick this up. And I think after Harry Potter, this is actually the one that I've been hearing the most in the book community. I did my research, So this time I was more prepared, and I figured out the best way to read it, which is what the author recommends. Cassandra Clare recommends to read it in the publication order, so that means I have to start with City of Bones. So I did, and as expected, it was so boring and I was so angry for most of the book, but I knew it gets better. I trusted the community and it panned off because I really like them now. So yeah, it was definitely a surprise because I didn't expect to like it this much. I went into it, I knew it would get better, like, because City of Bones is everybody's least favorite of all the books, but I didn't expect to like it this much because it's actually, I'm really into the characters right now. I'm really not fans of Clary and Jace. I hate them. Like, that's like the worst characters ever written. But it gets better. Like, I'm reading Clockwork Angel right now, and that book is so much better than the 3 books that I already read in the Mortal Instruments series. So this is definitely a surprise, and I really can't wait to get into Dark Artifices and finish the Infernal Devices, because those are the 2 that everybody is loving. So the next question is favorite new author, debut, or new to you? So for this I'm going to do both. The debut author that I'm really liking is Emma Lord, who wrote Tweet Cute, and that book is so funny. It's a YA contemporary. The story follows Pepper, who handles the Twitter account for her family business, which is a big burger chain, and you have Jack on the other side, who handles his family's deli's Twitter account, which is like a small family-owned business. And so this big conglomerate actually steals Jack's grandma's grilled cheese recipe, and this starts a war between these 2 companies. And Jack and Pepper go to the same school, and they have no idea that the Twitter war is actually between these 2 companies. So they have no idea that the other is actually handling the Twitter accounts. And that book is it's really such a cute book. I really like it. If you liked Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, I really think you're gonna like this one as well. And I really like Emma Lord as a person. I follow her on Instagram as well. There are like some recipes in this book that she actually makes. You can see them on her website, and I really can't wait to make one of them because they actually look really delicious. So she definitely, like, whatever else she writes next, I'm definitely gonna read it because I loved Tweet Cute. And the second one is a favorite author new to you, and that is definitely Cassandra Clare. She has this way of drawing me back to her shadow world, and I am loving it. The next question, I think it's question 9, I'm not sure, is a newest fictional character. Now, I don't have fictional characters. I haven't had them in a long time, but Nina and Matthias both, they come really close. So question 10 is newest favorite character. I can't decide on favorites. Don't ask me what my favorite food is or movie is or my favorite song. I can't pick one. I'm very indecisive. There's no way I can pick one character. Like, if I had to answer this question, I have to say the entire cast of Six of Crows, because every time I read these chapters, right, there are multiple POVs. So if I read a Jasper's chapter, I think, oh, he's my favorite character now, I really like him, and then it's Violet, and I was like, no wait, I like Violet. Or if it's Anej or Nina and Matthias or Kez, so no, I can't. It's the entire cast of Six of Crows. Those are my favorite characters. The next question is a book that made you cry. Now for this I can pick Crooked Kingdom because of that ending, but I'm not gonna pick that because if I keep picking Six of Crows for every question, this video is gonna be really boring. Now fortunately, I cry over books all the time. It doesn't take much for me to cry for books and movies. Like, I hardly ever cry in real life, but it takes very little for me to tear up when it comes to books and movies. So for this I'm gonna pick Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. That's a mouthful. Now, I cried throughout this book. It's such a beautiful story of love, friendship, and family, and I was tearing up. Like, it was amazing. But can we talk about something for a second? Why do people record themselves crying on camera? I don't get it. Like, why would you want to record that? If you tell me that you cried for a book, I believe you. You don't have to record it because it feels very uncomfortable. I don't know, man. I see this a lot and I'm like, why are you doing that? I can never do that, and you'll probably never see me cry on camera because it feels very uncomfortable to record that. Anyway, moving on. Next question is a book that made you happy, and for this, without a doubt, I'm gonna have to pick Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I read the audiobook for this and it was so good. It actually made me really happy. If you ever want to pick me up, like a cute rom-com, this is definitely, it's about, it's like a hate to love story with the Prince of Wales and the United States President's son, and it's such a cute story. I highly recommend it. It actually made me really happy when I was reading it. The next question is the most beautiful book you bought this year. Now again, I can't pick one, so I'm gonna go with three. The first one is Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This cover is so damn pretty. All I know about this is it's a Project Runway meets Mulan. I love the cover, so I bought it. The next one is Cat's Cradle. I saw this on Book Depository and I bought it. It's such a cute cover as well. And then the last one is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I can't wait to read this one. It's such a cute cover. I honestly don't know anything about this book. I bought it because it's Sarah J. Maas and I like her books, and because of the covers. I'm gonna hide my face. And finally, what books do you want to read by the end of this year? And for that, there's so many, but I'm gonna pick 5. The first one is Sourdough by Robin Sloan, A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, The Godfather by Mario Puzo. Is that correct? Finally, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, but I haven't gotten around to it, but I will read this by the end of this year. So that's it, my friends. I hope you liked this video, and kudos to you if you stuck around for this long. It's quite a long video, but if you like it, give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye bye.